The U.S. says 100,000 Russian forces have either been killed or wounded since the start of the new year.
But the Kremlin disputes these numbers, saying that they were, quote, plucked from thin air. Now, this comes as Russia ramps up its latest wave of aggression against Ukraine. Russian forces have launched their heaviest attacks in over a month, conducting almost 20 strikes in the past day alone.
CBS News senior foreign correspondent Charlie D'Agata joins us now. Charlie, Russia is stepping up its missile attacks. You, we know, have visited some of the targeted sites. Can you talk to us about what was hit and what were you seeing on the ground?
Yeah, so the past 72 hours, a little bit before that, we've seen an increase in the intensity of this heavy bombardment in a way that we haven't seen it in a number of weeks, more than a month. A lot of those missiles were headed toward Kyiv. The majority of them were intercepted. In fact, in the last wave of attacks, they were all intercepted. They also targeted here in Dnipro, or just outside Dnipro on the outskirts. And there we found that a cruise missile had hit a residential neighborhood, on a dirt road. And ironically, the family that had moved there had moved from here in Dnipro to stay away from high-rise apartments and go into this little home. And it got hit by a cruise missile, killed a 31-year-old woman and her 2-year-old daughter. And this is the reality of what happens when you launch cruise missiles into a populated area. And then a couple days ago, or just yesterday at Pavlograd, we went to parts of eastern Ukraine where the Russians seem to have been successful in hitting. We're not exactly sure what it was. The Ukrainians will only say that it was an industrial facility, but it set this fireball off. However, at the same time, one of those missiles also landed in a residential neighborhood and killed 2 people, injured another 40 people. And we interviewed a couple that had just barely escaped with their lives. They had gone to a garage in order to take shelter there. They decided, it's 2:30 in the morning. The air raid sirens have been going off all night. They decided to get back into their house and get some sleep. And about 2 hours later, a direct hit on that garage. So this is the reality. And I have to say, here in Dnipro, we've heard the air raid sirens overnight and all day today. The Russians have intensified these missile strikes, and the speculation or the concern is that they're trying to exhaust Ukrainian air defense systems ahead of this much anticipated Ukrainian spring offensive or counteroffensive.
Now, Charlie, the U.S. reported more than 100,000 Russian casualties, including 20,000 troops that were killed since the start of the year. The Kremlin, as I mentioned, says that's not true. What's the reason behind this discrepancy? What should we believe?
Well, so that came from Dmitry Peskov today. As you said, this is the Kremlin spokesman, and he's kind of President Putin's spokesman as well. He said these numbers are plucked out of thin air. They're just being created. First of all, neither side give their casualty numbers in terms of the deaths or how many people have been injured for obvious reasons. The last time we heard the Russians even admitting there'd been a number of deaths was back in September, and that came from the defense minister saying there was about 6,000 Russian deaths. But that in itself is significant, just admitting there had been that many casualties. We also have to drill down on that number. That number of deaths, if those estimates are true, that's since the start of this year. Mm-hmm. So that's 20,000 Russian deaths, 100,000 Russian casualties. That outruns the pace of the entire conflict. That's the very worst of the fighting since February of last year. So that is concerning, certainly for the Russians. But we have to take it with a pinch of salt because the Ukrainians have numbers and the Russians have their numbers. Neither one of them is accurate. They will always underestimate the number of casualties they're taking and overestimate the other sides. Where that is important is most of that's being done, most of the damage is being done, inflicted in Bakhmut. As you know, now this conflict has been going on in Eastern Europe for about 10 months now, and there really hasn't been much movement there. What you're seeing is both sides actually call it a meat grinder. They're both trying to grind each other down ahead of this expected Ukrainian counteroffensive.
All right, Charlie D'Agata, thank you.